Today we're going to go over the doshas or your constitution type when it comes to diet and lifestyle. So this is where the elements, like we talked about and what we have been talking about, when they get combined and create certain constitutions. So what I want you to do is get a pen and paper real fast, and as I'm going down the list, you're going to mark down a V for Vata, P for Pitta, and K for Kapha. And if you have no idea what those are, that's cool. We're going to go over it now. I understand that you cannot see the board behind me. I'm sorry, my camera sucks, so I'm just going to read it to you. Okay, let's begin. So, first we got Vata. Vata is the combination of the ether and air element, okay? Pitta is the combination of fire and water. And then we have Kapha, which is the combination of earth and water. Now keep in mind that there are people who have equal parts of all three of these doshas, okay? So you're probably going to have a primary and then a secondary, because as we've been discussing, right, you have all of the elements already in you. We're just finding out which ones are more dominant as of right now, okay? So let's start with the frame. That means your body type, okay? This is where you're going to get ready to mark down. So Vata people tend to be naturally thin. Pitta people are moderate, like me. Kapha tend to be of a larger structure. Body weight. Vata tends to be of a low weight. So they tend to be in like the 80-pound, they're pretty petite, right? Pitta people are moderate weight. And then Kapha people tend to be heavy. As far as skin goes, Vata people tend to have dry and rough skin. It tends to be black or brown. Pitta people have soft and oily skin that's warm, may have a tendency to be red, gray, or yellow. Kapha people have thick, oily, cool, and pale skin that tends to have a whitish tinge to it. Okay? For hair type, Vata people tend to have black, dry, and kinky hair. Okay? For Pitta, their hair is soft, oily, yellow, early grays, or red. And Kapha people tend to have thick and oily, wavy hair that's dark or light. Okay? For the type of teeth, Vata people tend to have protruding teeth or teeth with spaces in between, or they may be crooked, or their gums may be emaciated. Pitta people tend to have moderate sized teeth, but their gums are soft and tend to bleed. You ever like I know for myself, whenever I try to floss, my gums bleed, right? That's a Pitta thing. Then for Kapha, they have their teeth are strong, white, and very well formed. For the eyes, Vata people have small, they're dry, active though, and the colors are generally brown or black. For Pitta, they're sharp and penetrating, and they're typically green, gray, or yellow. For Kapha people, they have big eyes, very attractive and sultry. They tend to be blue, but they also have very thick eyelashes. Keep in mind too that for all of these, good Lord, this light is crazy. So keep in mind too that for all of these, you are going to look for the majority that relates to you, not for all of it. So if you have really big eyes with thick eyelashes, but they're not blue, don't think that that's not Kapha, right? You probably have more Kapha qualities. Just because your eyes aren't blue doesn't mean that it's not Kapha, okay? So I'm just throwing that out there because some of these things are going to fit and some of them are not. Okay. Now, let's go to appetite. Vata people tend to have a variable. So they may not eat a lot or they may eat a lot, but it's a variable. They tend to be able to not eat that much, but they can eat a lot. For Pitta, pretty consistent, very good, sharp, and then sometimes a little bit excessive. For Kapha people, it's slow but steady. They can eat and it'll just be slow and steady. It may take forever for them to finish a meal, but they will finish it. Disease tendency. So Vata people tend to have nervous disorders or pain. Pitta people tend to have issues with heat, infection, or inflammation. Kapha people have excessive water issues and a lot of mucusy issues. For thirst, Vata people are varied. They can, it's like, sometimes I'm thirsty, sometimes I'm not. That's a Vata thing, right? For Pitta people, it's pretty excessive. Like, you know how they say don't drink before you get on a flight because, you're going to have to use the bathroom a lot? Like, I can never follow that rule because I'm always thirsty. So Pitta people tend to be excessively thirsty. For Kapha people, it's slight. They might go a whole day and not like really drink anything, They'll be like, oh shit, I didn't have water or something like that. That's Kapha. Elimination, this means your poop. So for Vata people, tends to be dry, hard, or they're constipated. Sorry, bro. For Pitta people, tends to be soft, oily, and loose. For Kapha, it's thick, oily, heavy, and slow. That's a gross factor, but it's something to think about, right? Like, think about your poop. What is it? Maybe it's one of these. All right, their mind. Vata people tend to be restless, curious, and active, always going. Pitta people tend to be aggressive and also intelligent. But if you daydream about aggressive shit, like you're a superhero taking out bank robbers, like that's very Pitta. Kapha. Kapha tends to be, calm, slow, and receptive. Emotional excesses. So Vata people tend to be fearful, insecure, and anxious. Pitta people are aggressive, irritable, and jealous. And Kapha people are greedy, attached, and self-centered. Faith. For Vata, it's wavering, and it can change. For Pitta, it's pretty damn determined. And for Kapha, it's steady and loyal. As far as memory goes, Vata tends to be, they tend to have good short-term memory, but long-term memory totally sucks. Pitta people, very sharp memory. Kapha people have a slow memory, but it's prolonged. So it may take them a while to learn something, but they'll remember it forever. As far as dreams go, Vata people tend to dream about flying, jumping, running, or it may be fearful, or they may not even remember their dreams at all. Pitta people tends to be angry, fiery, passionate, or colorful. Kapha people are watery, oceans, swimming, romantic, right? That's very Kapha. As far as sleep goes, Vata people are very scanty and it's interrupted. Pitta people, little bit of sleep, but pretty deep. So a deep, good sleep. Kapha people, heavy sleep. Long, might even be excess. As far as speech goes, Vata people are fast. They speak fast and pretty chaotically, and it's uninterrupted. So they'll just be like, "Oh my God, that's happening today!" Right? That's Vata. Pitta is sharp, clear, and cutting. Kapha is slow and melodious. Okay? Spending habits. Vatas spend quickly and impulsively. Ooh, I like it. Bam, there it is. Not even think twice, they'll just do it. Pitta is methodical, and they are also moderate. They know when enough is enough. Kapha saves. And they spend very slowly. They think about it a lot before they spend. And then last but not least, the pulse. Okay? Vata is feeble pulse and it moves like a snake. Pitta is moderate and it jumps like a frog. Kapha is broad and slow and it moves like a swan. So, which dosha do you think you are? I hope that was clear. I hope you were able to add it up and you can clearly see what you're dominant in. Let me know in the comments below if you know what you're dominant in. And then too, I'm thinking about starting a series on food, because food within itself also maintains all of the elements, as well as we can get into some really cool recipes and stuff like that that have to do with combining certain elements, so then you can balance it out as you go along. Because here's the thing about your doshas, right? They can remain pretty consistent throughout your life, but according to where you are emotionally, those elements can vary. So you may need more foods with a heavier Vata energy than usual, or you may need to cut some of the Kapha shit out, or something like that. So we can go deeper into that if you're interested. Let me know, and I hope this helped. All right, blessings on your journeys.